365 Sports is brought to you by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/365 and get on your way to being your best self. What are some things you want to keep the same about yourself or your life in 2024? Were you already crushing it? Think opposite of New Year, New You. Around New Year's, we get obsessed with how to change ourselves instead of just expanding on what we're already doing right. Maybe you finally organized one part of your space and you want to tackle another, or maybe you're taking your supplements every morning and now you want to actually eat breakfast too. Therapy helps you find your strengths so you can ditch the extreme resolutions and make changes that really stick. BetterHelp.com is helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Celebrate the progress you've already made. Visit betterhelp.com/365 today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/365.
Spark your creativity with The Sims. Sometimes you might feel like you're not creative, and you have to go in search of your creative spark again. Maybe this is catching up with creative friends, experimenting with a new look, or trying out a new recipe. And thanks to The Sims, inspiration is just one game and one spark away. Ready to spark something? Download The Sims 4 and play for free.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
exclusive merch.
You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows, but also bonus episodes each month. But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
Because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/BloodyHappyHour.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
You ready? Got
Yep.
it? Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
And it's Tuesday, Quickie Tuesday, and I love a quickie. It's midday quickie.
A
too.
midday quickie is
best.
always, accepted. I will always accept a midday quickie. So here you go.
There's actually some news for today, like right now, that's going on right now, right?
Well, yeah, which, I mean, there is.
Okay.
I don't know which one.
The only one I'm thinking about is Gypsy Rose is officially out of prison.
Yes.
She free. I think she only did like 7 years.
Well, good, because...
Yeah.
I mean,
she needs
I don't even
to
know
have
why
a life.
I haven't delved into that story yet, but it's wild. But also today, what just happened is the Idaho house has officially been demolished. It is gone. They said they wanted to do it before the kids got back from break. Family is not happy about it. They raised a bunch of questions, like what if the jury wants to, because the jury can go and look at the crime scene and just, like, can you hear the dog bark from this room? Can you hear, like, can you see the person, like, because I guess Devin, what's her name? one of the survivors, the one who
Devin.
said that she saw him and the bushy eyebrows. They're like, from where she was standing and where he was standing, like, could you really actually see, or just like things like that, to where you might need to be actually in the situation. Now they won't be able to do that unless they recreate. But like, why are you recreate? I don't know. There's something shady going on. I think, I don't know what it is, but it just seems all so. Why? Like, what is the point of it? Yeah, it's a sore eye. It's like a eyesore. Sore eye. But can we get a trial date at least? Like, nothing.
Yeah.
It's like it takes forever to do anything, but.
I saw that University of Idaho prosecutors told the school the current condition of the premises is so substantially different than at the time of the homicides that a jury view, in quotes, would not be authorized under Idaho case law anyways.
I made new case law. But why would it be so substantially different?
Think about like Mademoiselle.
Moselle?
Everything was intact. Like all the family stuff was there. Everything that was outside was inside. But here you had everything's gone. So the surviving roommate moved all their shit out. The people who lost their kids moved all their stuff out. So it's a totally empty. So even if you said, I can hear, let's put a dog over there to bark, the sound's going to be totally different because the house is, or should be, more empty than it was. And the more things you have and the more like fabric you have, it absorbs sound. That's what I thought of, is that it's a totally different place because it's a shell of a house now.
But wouldn't you think at least they could see the layout of it? Because it's a very particular layout. It's just an odd layout of the house. But why didn't you just leave the shit in there and clean out the blood? Like, I don't know how they did it with they left the Parkland school, how it was, like, and they went toward the Parkland school shooting. So I don't know. I don't know
why this is different.
I don't know if I just know from other cases. I'm no expert, but who knows? Maybe it's not a big deal and people are just freaking out about it. But there's that. Speaking of cases that are kind of fucked, is the Becky Hill case. That's not really a case, it's Alex Murdaugh, but Becky Hill is the one who is the clerk of court. We've talked about this. She's the one who wrote the book and blah blah blah. Well, there's been a new situation that's come out of this. So not only is
it's ongoing,
this Becky, she was the clerk of court for the case. She was the one who was accused of jury tampering throughout the whole trial. Miss Becky over here playing whack-a-mole with the publicity. She is now facing plagiarism allegations for stealing from a draft of a BBC News article for her book. And the plagiarism accusations stem from her co-author. So the co-author found out about this plagiarism and then is the one who was like, I'm pulling out of this. Like, this is not how we do things. And they pulled the book, stopped all the sales, and it's no longer available to purchase. So let me read you what the article said and then what was said in her book. This is the article. To know South Carolina's Low Country is to know the Murdaugh family name. Between 1920 and 2006, 3 generations of Murdaugh men presided as chief prosecutor for the state's 14th Judicial Court, the longest such stretch of family control in United States history. They were the law, says Mr. Nettles. Okay, that was from BBC. The article. Yes. And then in the book, it says, to know South Carolina's Low Country is to know the Murdaugh family name. For 86 unbroken years from 1920 to 2006, a Murdaugh presided over the chief prosecutor for South Carolina's 14th Judicial Court. It's the longest such stretch of family control in United States history. Quote, they were the law, Bill Nettles said. For even longer, the Murdaugh men worked at the family-founded litigation firm, building a small fortune and cultivating their dominance in all corners of the Low Country. So the reason that all this came out is because there was a FOIA request, which is a Freedom of Information Act. So basically, you can, since she works for the government, her emails are able to be accessed to the public. Like, you just have to put in a request and you can access the emails. So all of her emails are now being accessed. And so that's how this co-author found out, because the BBC article person accidentally emailed Rebecca Hill, Becky, this article and meant to send it to a different Rebecca or something like that. Like, it was a whole mix up and was like, please delete this. Like, don't put this anywhere because I meant to send this to, like, maybe my editor or whatever, who's also named Rebecca. And she responded. She was like, oh, yeah, I'll delete it right away. But sent it straight to her. She's forwarded it straight to her personal email. So then she used it in her book. So all book sales have been paused. And there's still a retrial hearing for Alex Murdaugh that for the jury tampering allegations. And there's the ethics complaint that accuses Becky of abusing her office for personal gain regarding her actions concerning the book and published about the trial, which at this point, it doesn't seem too far-fetched. And my prediction is that there will be a retrial for the murders.
It's so easy to summarize other people's words or give them credit.
Or use chat AI, GPT, whatever.
Yeah.
Or why are you so obsessed with writing? Like, just let it go. Yeah. Why do you have to write a book? Becky? With the bad hair?
She quoted BBC, like, gave them credit, this probably wouldn't be a conversation.
No.
Or just reword it.
Becky is shady.
Becky copied and pasted. Becky was lazy. You can't copy and paste your own damn book.
Your own book. Moving on, Jodi Hildebrandt. So this is what's the latest here is that Jodi Hildebrandt is going to prison. So in case you don't know, she's the one with Ruby Franke. Ruby Franke is her co-defendant who went to court, pled guilty to a similar plea as Ruby. So Ruby's hearing was last week. Jodi's was this week. She did the same exact thing. She pled guilty to 4 counts, second-degree aggravated child abuse, and agreeing to a prison sentence that will run consecutively, meaning one after the other. The prosecutor afterwards explained that because these are second-degree felonies, that the max is 30 years. But the 2 of the counts have been dismissed, and 4 of them she pled guilty on. So we don't know how long she's going to serve. They both have their sentencing on February 20th, and that's whenever we will be able to figure out. We'll know what how long they will serve, but they will serve prison time. The DA would not speculate on it, but Jodi Hildebrandt's attorney gave a very interesting statement to the media saying, she made this plea for the children and took responsibility for what she did so they can begin to heal and recover. You're so nice. Yeah, you didn't think about that where you had them in handcuffs.
Zip ties.
And zip ties. Walking around on the hot concrete with bare feet, doing wall sits and hog tying them. So that's nice.
And now a word from our sponsors. .365 Sports is brought to you by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at BetterHelp.com/365 and get on your way to being your best self. What are some things you want to keep the same about yourself or your life in 2024? Were you already crushing it? Think opposite of New Year, New You. Around New Year's, we get obsessed with how to change ourselves instead of just expanding on what we're already doing right. Maybe you finally organized one part of your space and you want to tackle another, or maybe you're taking your supplements every morning and now you want to actually eat breakfast too. Therapy helps you find your strengths so you can ditch the extreme resolutions and make changes that really stick. BetterHelp.com is helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Celebrate the progress you've already made. Visit BetterHelp.com/365 today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/365.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast. for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+. Rated TV MALV. Viewer discretion advised. Maya Lopez has betrayed her mentor, the notorious Kingpin. Now on the run, she returns to her hometown to prepare for the biggest fight of her life. Don't miss Marvel Studios' hardest-hitting series yet. An epic 5-episode event. Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+.
And then the big story, Savannah Soto.
Oh, yes. Man, I was so into the story. Like, I was just ready. I was ready.
18-year-old Savannah Soto, a pregnant woman from Leon Valley, Texas, near San Antonio, disappeared one day before she was scheduled to be induced and have her baby. She was reported missing by her family on December 22nd and was reported missing on the 23rd, last seen on the 22nd. Her family said that she was a week past her due date, and police had confirmed that she had completely missed her appointment to be induced. So on Christmas, police department issued a clear alert, which is sent out for missing, kidnapped, or abducted adults. However, they only sent it to Leon County. They didn't send it all over the area. Like, they didn't send it to... It just went to that one county. Like, that was a big deal, I guess, because they should
For the missing persons? Okay.
Yeah.
But somehow it ended up like at least a big story because it was on a missing persons page that I follow. And so I saw people in Waco finding it and sharing it just from this missing persons page.
Yeah, like it blew. I just remember seeing tweets. All of a sudden, I was seeing her name, and I was like, who is this girl and what's happening? So she was born on August 22nd, 2005 to Gloria, and she grew up in San Antonio with her mother and brothers. And a little over a year ago, Savannah's younger brother was brutally shot and killed. He was 15 years old. So this is one of the there's a few theories because we don't know what happened, and it could be that it was retaliation from, so the brother's killed, the suspected murderer goes on trial, and then there's this huge brawl in the courtroom, and there's like maybe her family is going and beating up the guy who's on the stand who's the alleged murderer, and so they're saying maybe this could be retaliation, but also her boyfriend, who was her baby daddy, is also into some nefarious things, drugs, deals. Like, there's a picture of him with, like, stacks of
cash.
Yeah. So, while she was in school, she met this guy, Matthew Guerrera. Their relationship turned from friends to being a relationship. And she was 15 at the time, and he was 4 years older than her. It was on and off, but at some point, they eventually were together, and she finds out that she's pregnant. And she was going to have a baby boy. A lot of rumors were going around saying about their relationship because he had a very colorful past, being abusive to her last Christmas. And even in March 2021 and January 2022, he had a weapons charge. Christmas of 2022, he was arrested for assault causing bodily injury to her. And I believe even some neighbors came out and said that they saw her being like kicked down the stairs and she was unconscious and she was going to be apart, but eventually went back to him, and that's when she got pregnant.
So then when she goes missing, so everybody's thinking, oh, this is going to be a murder-suicide.
Oh, yeah.
Either he killed her and the baby, or it's a murder-suicide. And then when it comes out that the last reported incident was on Christmas, it's like, damn, is Christmas a trigger for him? Because then she goes missing again on or near Christmas. So my initial gut reaction was, oh, She gone, murder-suicide.
Mm-hmm. Savannah was last seen at her apartment complex. According to her family, nobody was able to get in contact with Matthew. Since Savannah disappeared, police tried to go to her apartment on Christmas Day. They were unsuccessful. Family and friends organized a search, had no luck. The grandmother was talking about how she was so excited to have the baby, and she had all the nursery all ready to go. And like his family, her family, a bunch of people are posting on Facebook. There's a bunch of different things that they said out there. But after a few days of searching, on December 26th, Savannah was found deceased along with Matthew in the car of an apartment complex of a different place. Like, they didn't live here. It was just in this car. And at first they didn't identify the bodies, but then like a family member went and apparently saw and was like, yeah, it's them. Well, she's in the front seat and she has like a baby car seat or carrier on her lap, and she's been shot in the back of the head, like behind the right ear. Yeah. And then he's laid out in the back seat with his pants pulled down, and he's also shot in the back of the head behind the ear. Pants pulled down. Did you know that? Yeah.
Because what got me is the back of the head behind the ear, and I was like, what? That's not murder-suicide.
No. Behind the left ear. Police say that they were likely dead there for 3 to 4 days. Mm-hmm. And they said that it was a very perplexing case. So I don't think it's a murder-suicide after the fact that he's in there. I think it's some kind of, there was some drug stuff, there's some cartel stuff, there's some there's something. But I think that she was collateral, like she just was there and it was all for him, because they are the ones who, whatever they wanted to expose him and just let him be, when you just, I don't know. But then, yeah, you should, I think they were shot and then put there.
Shot somewhere else.
Because, I mean, I don't know about
why is the car seat in her hand?
Exactly.
So one report said that they were in the parking lot near the medical center where they were supposed to go and check in. Then I saw crime scene tape at a different apartment complex. So I didn't know which one was correct, one to believe.
Well, because I know there's been so much, and you have family out here talking, you have the police, and then it's just so much is blown up. It's wild. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm perplexed as well.
Very, very perplexed.
And I did see that the mom was like, it doesn't have anything to do with her. It's all has to do with him. Somebody's retaliating against him. But I can also see if this is gang related, which it sounds like it was, because it was a drug deal, drug issues when the brother got killed, and he was young too. He was 16. Or 17 when he got killed.
The brother, 15.
A year ago. Yes, okay.
Yes.
15, so she's just as young. So I can see if this is retaliation, how they would also be after somebody in the Soto family.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's all Matthew's fault.
I mean, that case just blew up.
Gosh.
It's sad. Oh, there was this other one I was going to talk about, but no. It's, yeah, nope.
Well, that's going to be developing. I'm sure we'll hear more and more as details arise. Because I didn't even see the pants down. I must have skimmed right over that.
Well, that was from an Instagram live video that I think it's her sister-in-law or somebody, which is I think the one who somebody opened the door and saw that it was her, and then saw him in the back and saw his pants were pulled down. But I'm sure the police absolutely don't want that to be out there, because you need that information to be like, kind of. But
like, were they
released.
Pulled down because they were like intentionally pulled down, like, and his boxers, or was he a sagger where his pants were already halfway down, and then in the struggle they ended up just being down?
I don't know. Or unless they were like, pull your pants down and don't, like, to make him not move or whatever, like to make, I don't know how the drug dealers do it, or gangs. If you're a gang member out there or a drug dealer, can you let us know, like, what's up with the pants
I would think
down?
they would do that
They're like, pull your pants down so he doesn't run away. So maybe they were getting her while he was maybe making him watch. What if they were doing that? Like, pull your pants down. you're going to watch us kill her because we want you to suffer or something.
Yeah, what does your pants have to do with it?
Because it makes you not run away. Like you can't, I mean, I guess you can run away with.
You still, yeah, but even if you take off, you can pull them up as you're running. I would think maybe they're thinking it like, let's pull his pants down so they'll think it's sexually motivated and they don't think it's gang related. Like that takes it to a whole nother crime.
I think it's just a way to like embarrass him or something, or just to be like, yeah,
expose him.
Yeah.
Woo!
So
And
there
that's
you
right down the
go.
road.
Talk about a quickie.
Here's a quickie for you. Okay, we'll see you Thursday. And we are going back to Arizona.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like Arizona. It's good weather.
Part 2 of
no
our
humidity.
Of our case that I did right before this.
Oh,
so we'll see y'all
yes.
Thursday. Don't forget to
Stay aware.
stay alive.
And always be DTF.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
Hey, I'm Blair.
And I'm Brittany. And we're the host of
By the Cover Podcast.
We cover everything from mysteries, thrillers, romance, chick lit, and even some smut.
Don't forget the smut.
Yeah.
We're so excited to get this thing going and share this with you guys. We've been talking about this for months, and it's finally happening.
Yes.
Special shout out to Rogue Media for helping us with this.
For sure. For sure. You can find us on Instagram at bythecover_podcast.
You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok, so don't forget to give us a follow on those two also.
And we are so excited to dive into some of our favorite books and share those with you.
We can't wait. Hope you love it.
Hi, and welcome to Bustles and Bangers with your hostess, Rachel and Christopher.
I love it when you say my name.
And you didn't say hi.
I didn't. You just kept going. I'm going to introduce the book. I'm not reading it.
It's
because I don't like reading.
girls like cowboy butts, and those jeans don't hide anything. Find us on Instagram at Bustles and Bangers or on RogueMediaNetwork.com.
Hey, I'm Katie.
And I'm Summer. And this is Monsters in the Attic. So we thought we'd bring people on.
Yeah, it's very real. And we're fortunate to have a lot of friends who have a lot of monsters. And we can't wait to share them with you.
I love that we're so fortunate that we have so many friends with so many monsters. Where can people find us?
Facebook, Instagram, and everywhere they listen to their favorite podcast.
They can find me at my therapist's office.
As they should.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.